We have a great show for you tonight. She stars in the highly anticipated new movie, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Jenna Ortega is here. We're talking to her and then playing a fun game with her co-star, Catherine O'Hara, later in the show.
Oh, no.
Wait, Jimmy, don't pick up.
Hey, have you guys seen Jimmy?
Michael Keaton, welcome back. We love you.
Very much.
They love you.
I'm so glad somebody else does that thing
Yeah.
on the card. You know the thing you were talking about, the tablet or the...
Yeah. I don't never know what to do with those things. I go, forget it.
Yeah.
I'd rather just leave.
Yeah, me too. No, I feel like I've been hitting the head with this blunt instrument or something because I go, I feel so dumb. I'm so glad someone is like,
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know how to use those things at all.
Also, somebody said, I was doing that, and someone said, you want to tap that? And I went...
You want to tap that? Yeah, I would, but yeah. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. Yeah.
Thanks for the offer, but I gotta go.
Do you remember the last time we saw each other?
Yes. I'm walking down the hall in my house in the ranch in Montana, and Sean, my kid, says, hey, Dad, Jimmy wants to talk to you. I'm sorry, but it was out of the blue. I said, okay, Jimmy who?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah.
No, I didn't know. I knew you guys were going to do a couple of tunes together.
Yeah, well, he's very talented. Your son is so talented.
Yeah, thanks.
Sean Douglas, so talented. He wrote the song with me and Meghan Trainor.
Yeah.
And he's done other ones with Meghan Trainor. Mother, he did. But anyways, I'm talking...
What's that one?
Made You Look?
Made You Look.
Yeah, he crushed.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. So we're working on the song together.
Right.
And I'm nervous. I'm FaceTiming with Meghan Trainor. And then you just jump on. You get on Sean's face, and you're like, what's up, Jimmy? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
And then you leave, and Meghan Trainor's like, did I just see Batman? That was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It was.
Yeah.
It was very cool to see you doing
And
that. I just knew the two of you would, I said, oh man, that's perfect.
We hit it off. He's so talented.
Yeah.
And he has 2 kids, right, does he?
Yeah, Sean's got a couple of children, my grandchildren, yeah.
Are you a cool grandpa? Are you psyched to be grandpa?
I'm not really that crazy about him.
No. Yeah. This is a good place to talk about. Yeah. I guess they're cute. No big deal. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I love it. Yeah, it's fantastic. The other day. No, it is. It is. It's so good. I don't even know where to start. People get tired of hearing me. I'm in the car. I'm in the car the other day. They have no. Well, they're 7 and 5. They have no sense of what to do when, like they should when they're 7 or 5. But still, I'm in the car, I'm driving, with 2 of them in the back. We're going somewhere, like I do. I take them everywhere. We're in the back, and I hear them talking. I hear them talking in the back, and it's something like, no, he doesn't. Or something. I'm not paying any attention. I'm driving. I go, yeah, look, do you see the? And then I hear them saying things like, no, he has some hair in the back. See. I swear to God. And then he goes, it started like, I think first it was like, no, it's not, it's white. It says not hair.
They're talking about you.
They're breaking it down, And I put it together. It's like
I can hear you.
Yeah,
of course.
I'm right here. I'm right in the front.
I want to talk about Beetlejuice, but I also want to talk about your other movie, Knox Goes Away.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You directed this one.
Yes.
Rave reviews.
Yeah, good reviews.
And it's a great cast.
Oh, man.
James Marsden, Marcia Gay Harden.
Yeah.
And Al Pacino.
No, you're out of order. No, you're out of order.
You're out of order. This whole
place is out of order.
Out of order. I'm directed by Michael Keaton. All right, Al, let's do one more. Take it down a little bit. That's the worst Al Pacino impression I've ever done.
No, it's pretty good, though.
All right, thank you, yeah.
But
like?
inaccurate.
Yeah.
Inaccurate, because he was fantastic.
He's unbelievable.
When I called him to do the movie, he was so cool. And I said, look, we had a long conversation. I'm in my house, and I'm walking around. And I bore the hell out of myself just talking about acting. I actually like to hear it from other people. Me, not so much. So I say, Al, here's the way I'm seeing this thing, and what do you think, and blah, 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 blah. And he says, well, you know, and then he starts to talk to me. About an hour and change later, it was the greatest conversation about acting I've ever heard in my life. It wasn't esoteric, it wasn't too intellectual, it was just, and I didn't expect it. I put the phone down, I just like walked around my house 5 times. Like it was
It's
just
Al
so
Pacino.
And he's the coolest to direct, you know.
Yeah.
He's just smart, shows up, pro, you know.
I mean, you worked with some of the best directors. I mean,
Yeah.
you must have learned from some of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know, I've done it before a couple times, but this was really special doing this movie, especially with him. He was just the coolest, you know, he was right there, ready to go.
Check out Knox Goes Away if you guys want to see it good. It's on streaming on Max.
I like this other little movie called Beetlejuice.
Yeah, another. Come on. That's a tiny little movie there. Let's talk about it. Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
The whole gang is back.
Yes.
The whole cast.
Well, and new people.
And some new people
Willem
too.
Dafoe, yeah.
I know
yeah.
Justin Theroux.
Justin Theroux,
Yeah,
those
Jenna-
guys.
Jenna Ortega.
Yes, she's so cool.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Coolest.
Did you, when you were doing this and this character and this person,
Yeah.
did you know immediately like, oh, this is gonna be a hit, or was it an immediate yes, or you go, I have a take on this?
Yeah.
Or-
First of all, when you say this person, I think that's stretching it.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, this creature,
Thing.
this thing. Yeah, exactly.
You know what was great? It was no one was paying attention. The studio wasn't really paying attention. We were shooting in this little studio down in Culver City. No one was really looking over our shoulders. I had met Tim a couple of times. Well, so I meet this guy. Someone says, you have to meet this young guy named Tim Burton. He has an idea for a movie. I said, okay. And they told me about Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I said, yeah, all right. I had no idea what he was talking about. I had like 3 meetings. I said, man, I like this guy. I really like him. I know there's something. I have no idea what he's talking about. When he was pitching me Beetlejuice, I said, I'd ask him 1,000 questions.
Kind of a hard pitch.
It is a totally hard pitch. You can't. So I go home. He said a couple of things to me that kind of stuck in my head. And I said, honestly, give me the night. I don't know, man. So I went home. I was leasing this house. I had like 4 pieces of furniture in the whole house. And I said, give me wardrobe from every period of time, you know, from just from different centuries. Because he said something that stuck in my brain, and I said, okay. And then I went home. Dude, it's concerning when I look at myself and go, what was wrong with me that I thought of this guy? You know, I don't even know where. I just created this thing.
Yeah.
The teeth and the nose and I knew I wanted a walk. I knew I wanted some stupid walk.
Yeah, you have a great walk.
Yeah, great walk.
But also great wig too. The hair.
Oh
is great.
yeah. I wanted it, like I said, I don't care what color it is. He had the stripe thing and the white face and the big eyes thing, and I said the hair should be like that the whole time, you know. In fact, it bugged me. If it would sag, I'd keep pushing it up like this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And it ended up with this character. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you more about this when we come back. More with Michael Keaton, talking about Beetlejuice. Come on back. Over the years, have you ever run into kids or adults dressed as Beetlejuice?
Oh yeah. I mean, Halloween, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's massive.
Is it odd? Is it fun?
You know, I hate to be really honest, you know, I'll tell you something that happened during shooting the movie. I was in the makeup trailer looking at it, I went, wow, this is the first time I've seen it in all these years. I had to quit looking because it hit me that I was looking at merchandise and not the guy. Because when we made him, we just created this guy, this thing, you know, and then all of a sudden the merchandise came later. I said, whoa, I can't look at that because I was like looking at this. Because you'd see them, you'd see it out everywhere. But one time, I just remember this the other day. I had just done Batman, and it was big, huge, first one, right? And I'm walking through an airport. I can't remember where, Salt Lake City or something. I'm walking down this airport. You see this couple, a little kid. He's about, you know, maybe Rivers, like he's somewhere in between 6 and 8 or something. You know, just act like a typical goofy kid. You know, see, the parents were walking along, and I noticed because he kind of made me laugh. He was kind of like looking around, like acting goofy, kind of half talking to himself, kind of very distracted. And I thought, that kind of reminds me of me when I was a kid. And I'm walking toward him. I swear to God, he goes like this. I'm walking. He's acting all goofy. He sees me and he goes.
Isn't that fun?
And I'm walking right toward him. Walking right toward him. I see him clock me, and I see the parents haven't clocked me, and I look at him and I go.
That's cool.
And I go. And I keep walking.
Yeah.
And I know he told his parents.
I just met.
Yeah, and the parents go, yeah.
Mom, Dad, I just saw Batman. Yeah, right.
But the look was cool. It was like it went from goofy to,
What is Tim Burton like, by the way?
he's the greatest.
I love Tim Burton.
You would love him.
I've never met him, but
Yeah.
I just love him from afar.
Yeah.
He seems creative and just
100%. There's no, he just built the way he's just a true artist. And on this one, he was particularly like upbeat because we had a deal, you know, honestly, this is true. We'd talk about it now and then over the years, you know, about should we do it, should we not do it? And I went through a long period. I went through a little period of saying, man, I want to go do that again. It's so fun. And then I thought, no, man, don't screw this up. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Just let it be, you know? Then it started, he and I would talk, but we had a deal. I said, if we ever do it, I can't be in it. If I'm in it maybe a minute longer than I was, that's it. If I'm in less, in other words, I'm only in the first one for like, I don't know, 12 minutes or something like that.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm in it for a very short time. I said, we can't like do more. And the other agreement we both had, and he was all in, was not too much technology, you know, like really handmade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
It was
exactly.
so fun.
not
Everybody
so
was-
much CGI.
Yeah, they built these things, you know. You'd be in a scene and like out of the corner of your eye, literally, you'd see somebody like huddled down in the corner with like fishing line, you know, like pulling like a little cat in the corner. I'm like,
I love that.
I know, man.
The
It's so
magic
cool.
of filming,
Yeah.
but also to get the cast back together.
Oh, yeah.
Catherine O'Hara?
Come
Are
on,
you kidding me?
come on.
Best. Winona Ryder.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited about
Yeah.
this. How do we set it up? Beetlejuice. How do we set up this movie?
Roll the film.
There you go. Yeah. Here's the clip. Here's Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice. Take a look.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Beetlejuice.
The deuce is loose.
You gotta get me in there so I can get her out.
Well, I can get you in, but it's a quid pro quo.
Of course there is. What do you want?
I've got this ex-wife, you know? She's kind of a whack job, first of all. We're through. She's kind of clingy. If I could just get away from her permanently.
You want me to marry you?
But you'd never ask.
How do I know that you're gonna keep your word?
I swear on my dead mother's. Oh, yikes.
Okay, fine. I'll marry you.
I'm gonna make you so happy.
Come on! That's what I'm talking about! I love that! I love you! Michael Keaton, everybody! Beetlejuice is in theaters and IMAX, September 6th. Please welcome Jenna Ortega! Slid right in! Whoa! Jenna and I will be facing off against one of her co-stars in Beetlejuice. Please welcome the one, the only, Catherine O'Hara! Coming in hot. Yes! That's what I'm talking about! Hi! Welcome. They're not real.
They're lying.
No, they're
They're
not. Yeah,
lying.
they're lying. All right, yes. Here's how this works. In front of each of us are two envelopes containing confessions. One is true, the other is a lie. Once you read your confession, the other two players get to interrogate you, and they have to come to a unanimous decision. Is it the truth or is it a lie? Jenna, you will go first. Which envelope should she open, one or two?
I feel like that was a unanimous.
Yeah, they all, yeah.
I think
I love the investment.
Yeah, they all went right with two.
All right. I chipped my front tooth while out of the country the day before the Golden Globes.
How did you chip? Sorry, okay.
How'd you chip your tooth?
I chipped my tooth on a champagne bottle that someone passed to me.
What time of day?
Hey, you're fun to hang out with. Hey, just chugging out of champagne bottles?
It was
What time of day?
Whoa, no one said anything about chugging. I think you're putting words in my mouth.
Yeah, well,
When
I
that
took
pretty
a-
hot.
I
when
took
there's
a-
not champagne
I took-
bottles in it, someone
I
has to
took
be out.
a sip,
Okay.
and it was midnight. Yes, it was.
Midnight.
It was midnight.
Can you smile for me? Which one's chipped?
The one on the right.
I see it.
I don't believe it.
I don't either.
I don't believe it. I think
I
the
have
teeth
to
are too
agree.
nice. They don't look
Yeah,
like they're, unless you
and
have
the
a
night
great.
before
You have
doesn't
a
make
great
sense.
dentist if that's true, because I think they both look perfect and good and beautiful and natural. So I'm gonna say it's a lie, right?
I'm gonna agree with you.
It's the truth.
Wow! Did you freak out?
I wanted to go to the Golden Globes with this chip in my tooth because I thought it was hilarious. There was people who disagreed with me, and I thought, okay, yeah, maybe it's like best for my first time at the Globes. So it's just that bit. It was New Year's, and they were counting down, and someone was
Okay,
dancing
still
with a
doesn't sound
backpack.
true.
Wow.
I know. It's insane. But
still think you're lying.
I've got a Jim Carrey, I've got a Jim
Jim
Carrey
Carrey
Lloyd
fake tooth.
Christmas going on.
Good job. All right, you're fun. Okay, it is my turn. Which envelope should I? 1 or 2? All right, they're both good.
Okay.
I almost delayed a Taylor Swift concert because I was stuck to her.
When was this?
This was June of this year.
What part of your body was stuck?
My sweater was stuck to her.
What kind of sweater?
Dress. It was like a cardigan.
You wear cardigans?
Of course I rock a cardigan.
Just checking. I've only seen you in a suit.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Like a light cardigan.
Where was this concert?
It was in Wembley. It was in London. And
What time of year? Sorry.
This is
June.
June.
Okay.
June this year.
So you're on holiday.
So 2 months
Yeah,
ago.
I go to Wimbledon.
holiday.
So you're
That's
saying
good.
2 months ago?
Yes.
Okay.
And what, she wearing sequins or something?
She's wearing a
What's the-
sequin dress,
yeah.
and she meets people before the concert, not after the concert, like I would normally do. This is
Yeah.
just say somebody after, so I don't want to jinx anything. So everyone's waiting in line to meet Taylor, and I'm the last person she sees.
Right.
And so I give her a hug, and I go, "Hi, break a leg." You know, I don't want to, and I hug her, and we leave, and we're connected.
How long were you attached?
Yeah, how long?
I'll tell you how long. We had to run because she has to pop out of the stage or something. So she has to go down to a thing, and we're both running, and we're doing a thing. And her manager's like, Taylor, you're stuck. And I go, I don't know what to do. I'm on you. I'm on her. She can't. She goes, you got to go now because there's choreography, there's lights, there's explosions. She's popping out of the thing.
God.
So we're going down behind the thing, and a crew guy gets a knife out and cuts my sweater,
Aggressive?
not Taylor's dress.
So she went on stage, a part of your sweater
If you
attached
look,
to her.
I didn't see any online, but yeah, she has a little piece of my sweater on her dress from the Wembley show.
What do you think?
I don't know. It seems a little convenient. I feel like he would love that story if it were true.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
He just strikes me as that guy. So you know, some people live out their fantasies. They come up with these little.
I know Taylor Swift very well.
I'm sure
Apparently,
you do.
very, very
I'm
well.
sure you do.
We hug.
Oh, you tell
I'm gonna
me.
say it's a lie.
Then I'll go with you, even though I think it. Okay.
It's a lie. Yeah, you got it. I thought I was the best acting I've ever done. That's the best acting I've ever done in my life. Thank you.
We
Thank
didn't
you.
even agree, though, did we?
No, yeah, you did. You agreed. You
Oh, I
weren't
said I
buying-
had to, but I
you weren't
didn't know. I
buying,
didn't
and you
believe
thought it was a
No.
fantasy that I had. That,
It's true.
I would.
It's too convenient. Taylor's had a big year.
Yeah, it is too convenient. Yeah, but it was a good story.
No,
if
it
that
was
happened.
good.
Yeah, no,
It was
you
good?
know, you did,
Really
you did
good.
a
Very
good
well
job.
done.
It was the sweater bit still being on for me that
That's what it is?
Yeah.
But didn't the knife sound real?
the knife was good. Yeah.
No!
And of course they would cut your sweater.
All right,
I'm
Catherine
scared.
O'Hara, it's up to you. Which envelope, number 1 or 2? 2?
Did I say 2? You said 2? Okay, bless me, Father, for I've sinned. I was an hour and 10 minutes late for my own wedding.
Okay. And why were you late?
I was getting ready. And then, oh, I know, everyone said, on your wedding day, listen to others because you're out of your mind. And I said, don't take the 405. And the driver didn't listen to me. And he said, no, 405's good. Oh, that's when I remembered, oh, no, you should listen to other people.
Wait, so you as a Canadian told him to take the 405,
Yes,
the Californian freeway.
yes.
Yeah, I feel like you gave us a little too many details right there. You kind of got rambled about the 405. I don't know about the 405.
What did Bo have to say about all of this?
Ooh.
He married me.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
But wait, why didn't you get ready closer to the where you're getting married?
venue.
Yeah, the venue.
Because I thought it would be fun to get ready at home with my sisters.
Okay.
And,
which one
and,
of your sisters really held you up?
The wedding, oh, I won't say. She knows.
Now it's sounding real. Now this is very Irish. Okay. I know she's such a good actor.
It's hard because it does sound like something that Catherine would do.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know.
Oh, it does? It sounds like something she would do? Okay, and I know. You're such good. I'm gonna say it's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah! That was risky. I didn't know. That was risky. Come on. My thanks to Jenna Ortega, Catherine O'Hara. We're talking to Jenna after the break. Stick around, everybody. We have to talk about Beetlejuice, but
Yeah.
also, are you filming Wednesday season 2 right now?
Yeah, I'm currently filming Wednesday season 2. I go back.
Yes! I can't wait for that.
Yeah, of course. I came here just for you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. And you're producing it now this
Yes,
this
I
season.
am. Yeah.
What is that like?
Oh my God, it's been the best. I've never really done that on a TV show before, and we had talked about it first season, and it's so nice being a part of these conversations because I love what I do and I love my job, but I'm able to be a part of the background stuff. So you know, I get to decide like how blue somebody's gonna be, or where the brains go on the floor, what the prosthetics look like. Yeah, it's so exciting. It's so much fun,
So
actually.
much
Yeah,
work.
I'm
It's
learning
so-
so much. It's so informative.
That's fantastic. That's
Yeah.
great. And does it come right back to you when you get in the carriage and you're like, okay, this is how Wednesday acts?
Yeah, I was a little terrified just because it had been years since we shot the first one. We did that like 2 or 3 years ago in Romania. So I didn't really know how I just was, I think, overthinking it. But as soon as you put on the costumes by Colleen Atwood, you get your hair and makeup done, and then you take all the expression out of your face, it's like, oh, okay, kind of.
I know how to do this, yeah. Well, I know you're a big fan of horror films. Now you're in the genre of horror. What was the first movie, do you remember, that got you hooked?
Well, I remember the first movie that terrified me. I think the first movie that terrified me was Child's Play, because I was like,
Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky.
Oh, I still can't
God.
watch it. I still can't see it.
4 or 5 years old, I remember I accidentally watched it. I was like peeking around the corner because I was very stubborn, and my parents were gone at parent-teacher night, and my uncle was watching us, and they couldn't find me for 30 minutes because I was rocking back and forth in a corner like, he's gonna get me.
It was the most
Swear to God.
frightening thing ever.
Swear to God, I was in my sibling's closet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're really traumatized you. So now you're making them. Now you're making that happen to
face
people.
your own fears.
Yeah, you really do.
It's really weird too, because on Beetlejuice we did all practical effects, so it's like toys and interactive things, which is so much better than staring at a tennis ball when you're acting.
You actually get to really act and see
it's
real.
like, oh yeah, I see everything that's happening in front of me, but it's doll-like. So Chucky was a doll, and then now I'm acting with dolls. It's very strange.
Did I read somewhere that you have a synthesizer or like a piano or something?
I have a synthesizer, yeah, I do.
And on set you play and just have people play with you, or what?
Sometimes I like to bring my synthesizer to set because I feel like music is the best way to get to know somebody. And you come on these sets and you see people that you've never met before, and then you're super close to them for 2 months, and then you never see them again. So I got the synthesizer because I wanted to play music for people or get a feel for what they like, and then I can make them playlists and get to know them a little bit better.
And I also read somewhere that you would like to compose.
I would love to be a composer. I love film scores. I love everything about film scores. And composing, it's just so interesting to me. I like to do it a little bit.
You have to do this.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice has one of the most iconic scores of all time.
Yeah,
I thought this would be kind of a fun game to play if you would like to play a game with me here. It's very
let's do
it's a
it.
trend on TikTok where people try to rank different things without knowing what's coming up.
Okay.
And I thought maybe you could rank some iconic film scores tonight. Would you be up for that?
Yeah.
All right, so here's how
actually.
this works. I'm going to give you a film score, and you have to rank it, okay?
Okay.
Without knowing what the others are. Okay, and once you do it,
We'll
you
get-
have to lock it in, okay?
All right.
You cannot change the score. Here's the first film score. Star Wars.
Oh.
John Williams, where does it rank? Remember, there's other ones out there,
Can I do? Oh.
and John's watching, just saying.
Here's the thing. John Williams, obviously one of the best to ever do it. The greatest.
Let's see where you rate
I'm
him.
not a crazy Star Wars person. I'm so sorry. Wait, hold on. It's the first one though. It's the first one. So give me.
Oh my God, it's one of the greatest scores of all time! Can't believe you did that to my man JW. Ah, right. Titanic. This is James Horner. This is legendary.
Oh my God, I'm so terrified because I feel like people are gonna be so mad at me.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially John Williams.
But when I say that, do you understand where I'm going?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
so
it's
scared.
Redemption Day. Jurassic Park. John Williams again. Wow. You immediately said 3 for Jurassic
I think
Park?
that's a perfect little centerpiece.
Such a, yeah, but it's such an iconic.
But all of these are iconic, is the thing. So what if you pull out an even more iconic one?
Some are better, according to Jenna Ortega.
You know what? Here's another important thing to remember too. Jurassic Park holds more nostalgic value to me than Titanic does.
Okay.
Or more
Okay,
than
that's
Star
good.
Wars,
That
you know,
helps.
so it's
How
I'm
about
relating it to myself.
The Nightmare Before Christmas, Danny Elfman. Number 1?
Sally song? Incredible.
Number
Yeah,
1?
Beautiful, talented Catherine.
Lord of the Rings. Howard Shore. One of the best film scores of all time. Is it 2 or is it 6?
I love Lord of the Rings.
Uh-huh.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, keep in mind, one of my favorite, if not my favorite trilogy of all time.
Yes, okay,
That
good.
right
Yeah.
there.
Mine's Rocky.
Okay.
That's also a good score.
That is a good score.
Beetlejuice.
Look, this seems rigged. This seems like I swear to God, did not know.
How are you
I
going to talk
refuse
to
to see
Danny
him.
Elfman ever again and talk to Tim? There you go, right there. There's the list. In order. We know. We love all of them. We love all of them.
I do regret maybe the Star Wars one a little bit. But
Okay,
it's fine.
okay, yeah. Let's talk, no regrets. Let's talk Beetlejuice. Congratulations.
sure. Thank you.
You worked with Tim Burton on Wednesday. I think he's a genius. I don't know him, but I'm a big fan of him. Did he know that you would be perfect, like that he was doing Beetlejuice, and you were going to be in the film? Like
Yeah,
when you were doing Wednesday?
He definitely knew before I did. I remember hearing about it because the writers for Wednesday are the writers of Beetlejuice. So I heard about that, and I was so excited about that. I congratulated them, and then I just kind of forgot about it and, went about my career, I guess. And then I met with Tim a couple days before Wednesday came out, and we talked about the potential of season 2 and what we wanted to do. So he told me to write down some ideas for the second season of the show. So I said, okay, I got you. I was feverishly scribbling in my journal for a week. Yeah. Then I went and I met him again, and then when I went to open up my journal and present these ideas, he just placed the script of Beetlejuice in my journal, and he didn't tell anyone. He just said, "Oh, okay, there's no pressure, Jenna. But I think there's a part for you. But again, if you don't want to do it, don't." And I just said, "Oh, okay, thanks, Tim." Got in my car, and then 10 minutes later, I pulled over on the side of PCH, which is a big freeway in California, and PCH is not somewhere you want to pull off to the side to. There's rocks and ocean and everyone's speeding. It's awful. But I sat on the rocks in front of the water and I just read the script for an hour, and then I called my team and I said, I can't tell you what I'm agreeing to, but I am agreeing to.
You're not allowed to talk about it.
I'm not available from this time to this time.
No way.
It was that quick.
That immediate, you go, this is going to be great. And then working with Michael Keaton, Catherine O'Hara, Winona Ryder, come on.
Yeah, never am I. I just never could have anticipated something like that happening.
No.
Michael is the coolest. Obviously, a character like Beetlejuice is so iconic and so loved, and Lydia is the coolest character on the planet. Just everything about it, I was terrified.
What's it like when Michael Keaton comes on set as Beetlejuice? Does everyone get quiet, or do people cry? I would cry. I mean, that's amazing. I can't believe you did this.
What if it came out right now? No,
I'm crying already.
He came up behind me. I was getting a hair and makeup test, and I got a tap on the shoulder, and I turned around, and it was a jump scare for sure. He's like, "Oh, hey, I'm Michael," and he had molds peeling off his face, and
He's the best.
I played it cool, and then it was cool until I met him for a second time out of hair and makeup, because I introduced myself again because I forgot that I had already met him.
Yeah. You didn't meet Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
You met Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice,
Yeah.
yeah.
How do we set up this film for everybody?
Oh man, the demon is back, He's still attacking, chasing Lydia. It's a complete original on its own, strangely enough. There's so much in this film that is
fun.
new and refreshing, and that's what's so wonderful about the worlds that Tim creates is you just want to keep exploring them, and I think that this film is, I don't know whatever you're anticipating, but you should probably, you're wrong. And I'm excited for.
You're gonna dig
excited.
it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to show a clip. Here's Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder in Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Take a look.
Hey, where are we? I don't know. Hey, that's Saturn. All right, so we must be on one of its moons. I swear the afterlife is so random. Sandworm! Run!
How? Come on, that looks amazing. Jenna Ortega, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is in theaters and IMAX September 6th.